Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Saturday morning cartoon slot of the D8 Dungeon Drive. Thank you so much for joining us today, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on VODs, if this goes up on VOD. But we are so happy to have you here. Just as a quick introduction to myself, my name is Ben. I'll be the game master for today's little morning session, and I would like to introduce you to our players who you might see their character names on screen. I'm so immersive, I'm not even going to change character names, but we'll do a quick introduction to everyone. If you want to say your socials, what you're working on, where people might find you outside of the stream, that's all well and good. So, starting with, let's start with our leader of the team, Cyclops.
Oh, hi, hello. My name is Dara. Pronouns they them. I'm playing Cyclops today. Good old depressive Scott Summers. And you can find me over on Instagram at CARedBlur. I just finished my degree, so I don't have a lot of stuff in production, but give me some time. I'll push myself to be making new stuff. So go check it out there. You can see it when it happens.
Nice. I'll go the unconventional anti-clockwise and bring us over to Magpie, who's playing Pixie.
Howdy, I'm Magpie. I use she, her pronouns. I am indeed playing Pixie. You can find me on most places at Antique Horror, and you can normally find me every Thursday over on the Misadventurers League playing, now revealed as Ventru, Altair the Vampire, which should be like a full name, but yeah, that's me.
Sweet. And then following the clock around, we have our Iceman, Aaron.
Hi guys, my name's Aaron. He, him pronouns. You can find me on, well, I don't stream, but I'm on Twitch and any kind of social media at Aaron B90. Don't other than that, I work in the kind of IT industry, and keeping up some computer service is always fun when they go down.
Nice. And that's Sam. Sam, go ahead.
No, it's fine. If you don't want to know who I am, I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, okay. I'll tell you who Sam is.
No, I'll tell it. No, I'll do it. I'll do it. Hi, I'm Sam. I play Nathaniel Obsidian McIvan on Romancing the Dungeon. I'm currently doing a lot of housework and gardening work and feeding horses, and I'm going to start working on this sausage sandwich.
Ooh.
Stay tuned.
And
Shout out to Siobhan for making me that sausage sandwich. Yeah, ketchup, please.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It gives me a good segue. We are not a Heinz affiliated show, but it is a charity stream. So just a quick reminder to everyone watching, this is part of the D8 Dungeon Drive, and this year we are raising money for the PCRF, the Palestine Children's Relief Fund. If you know the PCRF, then presumably you also know why we're raising money for them. But if you don't, here's a quick little summary. For 25 years, PCRF have been helping children in the Middle East by leading medical missions into the Middle East, arranging for children to receive medical care through treatment abroad and sponsoring humanitarian programs, which in a way now more than ever is desperately needed. And we've been doing really well in hitting our fundraising goals, but it'd be fantastic. The thing about charity is it doesn't have a limit. So if you could continue donating throughout the stream, that would be fantastic across the weekend. It would be amazing just to see that number go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, and blow past all of our expectations. There are ways in which you can affect the game you're watching today, and I'll give you a quick little summary of what that is, although you'll also see it in chat if you're watching along. So for $5, you can give any of the players here advantage, or for $5, you can also give them a use of their X power, which we'll figure out what that is when we come across it. For $10, if you're a meanie, you can make the enemy stronger. And for 15, continuing on that mean streak, you can make a sentinel turn up. 25 makes another mutant turn up. 30 is, what is this? A crossover edition? Someone from the Marvel database of characters will appear. 40, it's a body swap. All our players are going to trade character sheets and play the other person that they pass on to their sheet to. And then for $100, which please wait for a little bit into the game, but I mean, you could do it straight away. Whoopsie, there's apocalypses here. And I have to figure out how to make that make sense. Also to honor your donation and not just to do a quick, like, Apocalypse walks by in the background as like an Easter egg, because it should be fun and good. If it hasn't been clear already, we are playing. We're basically going to play an X-Men adventure, but we're using the lasers and feelings system. It's a little hack we put on it where it's just mutant and humanity. So lasers being mutant and feelings being humanity. That's essentially all you need to know about the game we're playing in terms of any topics or content or things you might need to be aware of going into this adventure. um, we tend to keep it fairly PG light. It's a Saturday morning cartoon one, so anything you see in a Saturday morning cartoon, you'll see here. Might be a couple of effing and blindins where naturally sometimes just swears slip into our vernacular as we speak. That's okay. Um, and then there's also, yes, right, there's also a raffle going on throughout the entire morning session, and I think actually throughout the day for these streams. So let me just double check and grab where those prizes are. You don't need to donate to enter, but if you do enter, consider donating even just $5. There are 2 sets of Dice of Disappointment from Mystery Dice Goblin up for grabs. There is also a Cosplayer's Dream Kit from Dreamer Mihi, and that will be beautiful jewelry, anime cosplay merch. You can check out their Instagram and their shop. We have 3 little ghost dice holders from Arcane Opal. These are very cute models where you can pop a little, usually see a D20 in there, but I think pretty sure it fits every dice. And they just hold up in a really nice display. There is 2 digital RPG sets from Green Ronin. So you can get the Expanse RPG kit and the Mutants and Masterminds RPG kit. I know what you're thinking. Why aren't you using that today? Because Legends and Feelings is just simpler and easier for a Saturday morning cartoon. And then there is a Candela Obscure module up for grabs as well. The Woman in Red by Anya. Anya is actually going to be running a Candela Obscura game immediately after this one. So stick around for that and you'll see why this system's so much fun to play and also what makes them an incredible DM and why you want to get hands on the module they've written. That is the end of the giveaway section. It gives us nothing else in our housekeeping as far as I'm aware. So without further ado, I think it's time to crack into our game. Is everyone ready? Does anyone have anything they want to throw in? No, we're all good. Then let me get my session notes. All right. Let's talk of doing a previously on. Actually, let's make this the previously on. Previously on X-Men. New York City, the slappiest place on earth. The kind of place where if you mess with one of us. Exactly. That's New York City, baby. There ain't been a doctor or medical professional in this town for over 100 years on account of the Big Apple that keeps them away. And buddy, if you need a doctor, you're in the wrong place. Home to the world's mightiest heroes, friendly neighborhood web slingers, Conan O'Brien, and a handful of cancelled Netflix characters. In New York City, a concrete jungle where dreams are made of Banner? No, not Banner. Too big to be Banner. Too green to be Banner. Too angry to be Banner? Hulk no understand tipping culture. Why no pay fair wage? If tipping necessary for dining out, industries to function, why restaurants in Japan no tipping? Hulk no understand, Hulk smash! Crash! Landing down in front of you all. How would you describe this guy? Amazing? No. Spectacular? That's not it. Incredible. Yes, incredible indeed. In front of you all, leaning down to grab a chunk of the road, is the Incredible Hulk. Cyclops. You have Iceman, Pixie, and Toad with you. As de facto leader, what do you do? And we do have our first donation in. Pixie, you have advantage to use whenever you like in this game.
Thank you.
You're more than, well, don't thank me. Thank a very generous donator.
Yeah, keep in coming. More thanks. It's fine.
Oh, thank you. I know it's rough. Thank you.
I think at this moment, Cyclops rallied around his team. A little shocked as to why my ally, the Hulk, how could he do this? My life is so hard and everything is so complicated. Doesn't know what to do, and in that moment goes, "Stop! Be aware, X-Men!" And kind of just stands there and hopes that something else happens.
Yeah, nice. Toad, you also have advantage going into a roll. Does anyone else? The Hulk is reaching down onto a piece of road, grabbing it and lifting it up, about to throw it at you guys.
I would like to freeze the road before he picks it up to try to keep it down.
Nice. Give me a mutant roll, and I will quickly check. We've got a string of donations in straight away. So after this first little round, we're going to do a little body swap. But roll me.
It's been 3 minutes.
I rolled, yeah. So I rolled, yeah. I rolled 2.
2. So that's yeah. You probably got under your mutant.
Yep.
Yeah. Why don't you describe what it looks like as you pull the forces of ice nearby?
Cool. So yeah, I pull up I can feel the moisture in the air, and I pull the moisture in towards me, and I put my hands down on the ground. And I can feel the moisture pass through me, solidifying into a really indestructible piece of ice and going across the ground, covering up the piece of ground that the Hulk is trying to rip up, and holding it there down, make sure it doesn't move.
Nice. And you freeze the Hulk's hands and a large chunk of concrete as Hulk looks up and goes, "Why? Hulk just wants smash. Hulk no mean no harm." I think at this point in time, we'll do a little body swap. The best way to do this is probably just clockwise around the screen. Does everyone have the stream open? If not, I can let you guys know. Or we can use our screen here and then confuse the audience a little bit.
I have it up in the front.
Nice. So, Iceman, you're now Toad. Pixie, you're now Iceman. Cyclops, you're now Pixie. And Toad, you're now Cyclops.
Right.
As you all move around. At that moment in time, thanks to another donation, I don't know why I prepared. You hear the as a large metallic monstrosity lands down in the road. Freeze, mutants. Mutants identified. Not mutant, gamma. Different for some reason in my brain. As the sentinel appears and holds its 2 arms out and begins to try to fire a barrier around you all. And there is no initiative, but if initiative helps in terms of like not stepping on toes and stuff like that, I think we've had Cyclops and Iceman, or rather Dara and Aaron. So either Sam or Magpie, and then we'll kind of go from that direction if anyone wants to step.
I'll now as Cyclops. Is that correct? Yep. So I'll look to Hulk and I'll say, and there's also a Sentinel here. I just want to clarify.
Yes, there's also a Sentinel here.
Okay. Hey, Hulk, I know you want to smash, but maybe you should pass. That's just a fun superhero thing to say, maybe like a funny line that they do sometimes. And then if you really want to smash, I bet you can't smash this big metal guy.
Hulk no gambler, but Hulk knows this ain't no gamble. And give me I suppose a humanity roll.
Humanity roll, okay.
I'm trying to get over your humanity number.
Okay. I got the number that I picked was a 2, and I rolled a 4.
Yeah,
so got over.
Yeah, it works. You see the Hulk reach down, and as ice kind of cracks around, pick up this block and launch it straight at this Sentinel, who was in the middle of trying to fire a force field trap around you. The cinder block smashes against the side, causing him to misfire, and instead, inside the office of the Daily Bugle, you see a very angry editor get trapped in this force field that the Sentinel was trying to fire. He goes, get you, masked menace! Blaming the wrong superhero, as he always does. Hulk is now trying to march down the street as you all hear in your mind the voice of one Jean. I was about to give her a middle name. Jennifer Gray.
Jean, middle name Gray.
Middle name Gray Summers. You all hear. Even though you all hear it, she talks only to Scott. I don't know why she does this every time, but she does. Scott, well, I just need time to get through the banner. Just keep him contained, and I think I can get him to revert. Bringing us to Pixie, or rather, sorry, Magpie, who is now Iceman.
So, is it the kind of we retain the memories, or is it like a full blown we've swapped?
No, you retain your memories. You just you're just now Pixie's brain.
Person power swap. Cool. So she's thinking about this the most logical way she can, and she's like, "Oh shit, I've got ice powers now," and is going to spread a checkerboard across the road, and is going to try and start making little chess pieces out of ice, just to see if she can try and lure him into playing chess with her. Actually, no, probably drafts rather than chess. I feel like she started going chess where I don't know the rules to chess, and then started doing drafts instead.
Nice.
And he's gonna see. Oh, sorry.
Give me a mutant roll.
That was a 2, and the number I'd pick was a 3.
Ooh. So a failure, which is you're still getting a handle on having ice powers. It's not within your sort of wheelhouse. However, do also give me a humanity roll, because there's sort of two parts to this move. There's the making it look convincing as a draft sport, but then also convincing the Hulk to play a game.
Yeah.
Sorry, did Pixie not have a advantage on last roll?
You do have advantage if you want to use it.
Can I add another one to that one? That's 2 5s. I don't know what's going on with me at the minute.
It's this new body. You can't fly anymore. It's not natural anymore.
So you were trying to get for humanity. 5 should be okay. What's your?
Oh yeah, 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, ignore me. No, I'm being silly. Ignore me.
Hulk sees the setup in front of him and goes, game Hulk no recognize. Sort of like drafts, though. Hulk play drafts with Iceman?
Yes.
Hulk sits down and moves. I guess we're playing drafts. Moves a piece forward. Well, while the Hulk is distracted in a game of drafts with Pixie / Iceman, we'll go back to top of the round. Cyclops / Pixie. Anything you'd like to do as Hulk sits down?
Cyclops, fully grown man now in the body of a teenage girl, is concerned as to what just happened, and kind of just decides to test out his powers a bit and fly up. There's a sentinel around. He needs to make sure that there's nothing more and protect the team.
Nice. Yeah. Give me a. Are you trying to just observe, see if there's what the danger is?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, what provoked the Hulk? Where did the Sentinel come from? I need to know.
Nice. I don't think you need to roll for that. Because it's two easy answers. Oh, hold on. You probably can't see me as well as you need to. Boom, boom. The Sentinel came from the sky. That's obvious. That's
of course, yes, of course, Sky Sentinels.
But the Hulk came from a restaurant down the road, of which
Captain America's.
He was trying to get Captain America, and flew into a Hulk-based rage based on not understanding tipping culture in the US, despite being American.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
That's kind of a free action if you want to kind of make a move as well.
Using like some of that famous summer strategy, I'm gonna try discern whether it's better for Iceman or the Hulk to win drafts and help whoever needs to win cheat.
Cool. Yes. Nice. Give me a humanity.
Okay. That's a 3, and my number is 5.
Ooh, hard to say, because if Iceman wins, Hulk could be annoyed at losing. But if the Hulk wins, Hulk might be used with can only be described as winner's rage, which might make it more powerful. As you're focused on the game, what you miss behind you because of that roll is the telltale signs of as another sentinel. Thanks, chat.
I knew I had to check that for a reason. Damn sky sentinels everywhere.
I keep taking my eyes off the sky.
I just got the power to fly.
Turns behind you and goes, "Mutant, stop!" and fires a blast of energy, knocking you down to the ground.
I think
don't know if
initially
there's-
Scott tries to use eye beams, but that doesn't work and gets hit right in the face.
Oof, that does not feel good. But you fly against the side of a building fast and then make your way down. There are now 2 sentinels and 1 busied hook, which is nice. That sort of makes my job easier. I don't know if there's health in this game, but if there is, you've lost 1.
Okay.
Bringing us to Sam, who is Cyclops / Toad, and original Iceman. Aaron, you have advantage on a roll as well, thanks to another donation. Guys, thank you so much. This has been great. If you keep donating, I don't have to look at my notes at all.
Yeah. We broke last year's total.
Nice.
Wrong time to take a sip of coffee.
Our new total is our new goal is $5,000.
That's a hefty goal, but I think we can do it.
I think we got it.
Nice. Cyclode. What would you like to do?
Toe clops, one big toe.
Oh, that's it, guys. We're wrapping up for today. Thanks for tuning in.
So we have a second sentinel. The first sentinel was destroyed, correct, by Hulk.
Not destroyed, but kind of smashed by the Hulk's cinder block. A little bit on the fritz.
Okay. I'm gonna just walk up to Hulk and sort of do my best attempt to like get my arm around his shoulder and be like, "Hulk, buddy, I thought you said you could smash. I thought you were an angry guy. It just turns out maybe you're not angry enough."
Hulk is angry. Hulk angry no understand drafts. No understand tipping culture. No understand why Banner nowhere to be found.
Oh, okay. You're annoyed about tipping culture. Oh, well, that's what the Sentinels are here for. They're here to pick up the, they're here, making sure everybody's tipping 10% because they benefit from that system because they're the people that's supposed to pay employees, but they refuse to.
Tipping makes sense now. Tipping only makes sense when run by my Nanico machine. Mistake not on Ben's part. Mistake on Hulk's part for mispronunciation of words. Give me a humanity roll to see if you can convince the Hulk to give up his game of drafts and attack this sentinel.
Okay, that's a 2 on the nose.
Ooh, will Hulk have game to finish first? Unsportsmanlike to not complete game. And Hulk makes another move in front of you, Pixie / Iceman, which brings us around to Iceman / Toad.
Ice Ode. I don't amalgamation all these names.
Toadman.
Toadman.
Is that just a Mega Man villain?
Probably. It's Saturday morning cartoons, As Toad, I'm not too sure what I can do with this body, but I will try my best. So I suppose we should do something about one of these sentinels because I would like to keep my life and get back to my original body at some point. So I will jump on the damaged one to try and get rid of that one first, I suppose.
Yeah, nice. Give me a mutant roll. I'm going to count mutant as jump because Toad has incredible leaping abilities. Is there any other powers that might come in handy at this moment, Sam? Who knows?
It's not technically a power, and I think maybe with the body swap, maybe it won't necessarily apply. But maybe we can just be nice about it, Ben. Hey, Toad is an expert machinist and mechanic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I probably should have realized that myself, but
Body swap happened too quick.
Yeah.
I think. So yeah, give me a mutant and if this is successful, you do have advantage from a donation. I'll let you can kind of narrate what you do, both with your incredible leaping and incredible control of machines.
Okay. So I rolled a 3, so my mutant was a 4.
Nice success. That's under mutant. You all watch as Toad, with the mind of Iceman, leaps about 20 foot into the air, does a nice little flip, and lands on the back. You can see in the back of this Sentinel's sort of head, where the cinderblock hit, it's been cracked open, and there's nothing but like frayed wires, sparks, all that delicious mechanical machine stuff. In the corner of your eye, you spot another toad-like green creature with a purple bandana. Go, nice, I like this. As he leaps away.
Does he do machines as well?
He also does machines.
Okay. Well, I see all the wires. I'm like, okay, how do I take this down? And then I think for a second, go, just yet. It's got quite some powerful laser hands. Maybe I can use it to shoot the other sentinel.
Yeah, nice. I'm going to count the same success as part of the roll. You grab 2 wires, you tie them together in a way that only makes sense in a cartoon, and you now have what I can describe, and I think everyone would describe as a Ratatouille-like control of this machine. As you fire...
Rock'em Sock'em Sentinels.
Yeah, you fire a blast at the other sentinel, smashing it against a building in New York. It brings us around to Pixie/Iceman, who's playing drafts with the Hulk. But you know that the Hulk is suitably distracted, thinking about its turn in case you want to. You've got time to do whatever you like. New York City, baby.
Cool. So Pixie's thinking, she's thinking really hard, and the first thing the Sentinel said to her was "mutants freeze," and she's thinking, "I've got the perfect thing for this." So she kind of like spends a second, sort of like almost like making biscuits with the air, sort of like building up like a bit of a frost kind of on her hands. And he's just gonna try and throw both arms forward to try and just launch ice at whichever is the nearest sentinel to her.
Yeah, give me a mutant roll.
That's a 6.
Ultimate failure.
I said that with such confidence.
It's a shame because I love the description, making biscuits in the air so much that it feels rude to punish you. But I must. That is my role. So you fire forward icicles,
Nice.
and I suppose the best way to put this would be, if intended for the sentinel that Toad had just blasted in your direction, it stumbles forward, clearing the way, and you fire out at your team leader, Cyclops. And Cyclops, there's a bunch of icicles heading your way, which by Cyclops I do mean Toad, as in whoever is now in Cyclops' body.
Cool.
Sorry.
That brings us all the way around to Pixie. Yep, this isn't confusing at all. Pixie, you are finding it hard to speak at the moment, if you catch my drift, as the building splashes against you, and you're finding the lungs and the air kind of... You almost feel like if life had an unmute button, that's what you should press right now.
Oh yeah, that's a very important thing. Yeah. Pixie, being a former team leader in mind, actually knows that Pixie does have teleportation.
Ooh.
And in that moment, just kind of goes, none of the team are using each other's abilities very well. We need to work as one. So is gonna try and get creative and teleport out and throw the soul dagger into the Sentinel's eye.
Nice. Yeah, give me a mutant roll.
Cool. That's a 2.
Nice. Yeah. Do you want to describe what happens? You can aim for either Sentinel, the one that Toad's riding, or the one that's kind of stumbling towards the ground.
I think I want to go for the one that's stumbling towards the ground and hopefully knock it the other direction.
Love it. Yeah, yeah. So we see this blast from a sentinel knock it one way, and then the soul dagger hit and kind of course correct it the other before it smashes into a building full of civilians. You get it right in the middle of the eye, and it falls safely back onto a cleared roadway.
Oh yes, safe property damage.
This is the city of New York's problem now, as it is successfully destroyed. Brings us around to Toad/Cyclops. You have icicles flying through the air, chillingly towards your direction.
I hide behind Hulk.
Nice. You give me a.
I'm just going to use Hulk for the remainder of
This
the
is going to go so well.
Yeah, I suppose. Would you rather? Does it fit under mutant? Does it fit under humanity? I'm going to say humanity because it's not a use of your powers; it's just a use of your human legs.
I rolled a 2 exactly.
Nice, which is a failure, I think.
My number's a 2, and I rolled a 2.
Oh, your number's a 2?
Yeah.
Oh, you got humanity. You get to ask me any question you would like about the situation, about whatever.
Why do they tip in America?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Next time on X-Men.
At that moment in time, training simulation complete. As you realize, you are all standing in the danger room in Charles Xavier's Manor and School for Gifted Youngsters. I will answer your question. I don't know. I think it's because employers pass on the responsibility of paying the employees onto the customer. It's a difficult system, but because it does exist, doesn't mean you shouldn't tip. The servers are still in need of a wage, so it's well worth doing until we can destroy it from the inside out, and potentially support restaurants, cafes, and other establishments that have those signs on the doors that say we pay our people a living wage. There's no need to tip. That's a good way to support the change of system. That's probably the clearest answer I can give.
Satisfying. Very satisfying. Thank you.
Yeah. Simulation complete. Operation Emerald Machine over. As you realize, you are all standing in the danger room. Successfully, or for the sake of time, completed the mission. I would say the mission parameters, it was, as you all know, and you realize because you wouldn't know this as characters, exploring what it's like to be another team member to get a better sense of their powers, better sense of what they can do on the field. One of Scott Summers' specialities. You are all back because it was a simulation to your normal bodies, which means, chat, you want another body swap, you got to give money. So that's how I'm going to play this game. Is there anything you would all like to do as a team before we move into the sort of session proper with this prelude and taste of the action over?
I think Scott has a little announcement now that we've done our training session. And it's that this happens at least twice a month, but Scott kind of goes, "Team, I'm handing over leadership and leaving. This will be my last mission with you all." And goes to Iceman, his old friend, original 05 X-Man. Kind of goes, "Bobby, you've worked hard over many, many years. Will you lead the team in my stead?" That's the spirit, Bobby. Pats him on the back.
Pixie just starts.
I mean, it's rude. I'm right here. You could have just asked me.
And that's why I asked Bobby.
Well, I'll think about it. I'll get back to you.
Someone in chat just said, "Cyclops quitting is me every day in work."
So good. That's a team. I'm leaving. You're an coach.
You, I know you.
You all hear in your minds the voice of one Charles Jennifer Xavier. Scott, because they only ever talk to Scott. Scott, and whoever else is with them.
Scott and Co.
Make your way to my office, please. There's an important mission I'd like to send you on.
Really dramatically grasping his head, even though it doesn't hurt at all. Scott kind of goes, "Team, we've got to go see the professor."
They don't want to jump.
Oh, that works, yeah.
She'll kind of just hold her hands out. Just
Nice.
whoever wants to, yeah, cool. And
Yeah.
then just in a puff of pink dust, you reappear outside the double doors to Charles's office.
We see Jubilation Lee in the danger room to get a hand too late. She was there the whole time. As she's left behind. You all land, and in the mix of mutant mayhem, I got some bad news, Steve. In another donation. And you appear in Charles Xavier's office, but not in the right body.
Oh.
Which
Bit of
means let's
fun.
go the other way now to make things more confusing. Cyclops, you're now Toad. Pixie, you're now Cyclops. Iceman, you're now Pixie. Toad, you're now Iceman.
Great.
Cool. As you all land in to the office of one Charles Xavier. He's sitting, all he knows how to do, behind his desk.
Jesus.
It's always sitting. It's his signature move. Sitting behind the desk and says to you all, Cyclops. No, that's not right. And he does
Hi.
turn to you, Toad, in the body. He turns to Cyclops' mind in the body of Toad and goes, huh. Body swap.
It happens like twice a week. Let's just move on, Professor.
I should use Cerebro to find someone whose mutant powers is unbody swapping. For another day, for another episode.
I feel like
as you all know-
Cyclops looks into the camera and kind of goes, "You seeing this? This is why I quit."
And then Toad Iceman looks at the camera and goes, "It's a living."
As you all know, tonight I'll be debating Bolivar Trask on TV regarding the controversial Sentinel program. I'll be bringing some of the X-Men with me, but you all deserve a little bit of a break. There is a mutant being picked up in Cerebro, somewhere north New York, near Albany. I want you to go find them. I want you to talk to them about the school, potentially recruit them, make sure their parents know what goes on here, and just bring them back safely, if they need, of course. Any questions about it's a typical land the X-Jet in someone's suburban back garden conspicuously and go chat to them mission?
That's more important than getting back into their own bodies.
I mean, it does happen. Just give it half a week.
It's very important. Pixman, the new leader of the team, needs to know what happens.
Actually, who is in Toad's body at the moment?
Cyclops.
Yeah, I'm in Toad's body at the moment.
Give me a mutant roll.
Okay, so my number is a 5, but I got a 4.
Nice. You're picking up a stench. There's something amiss in Charles Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. It's like a funky. You can always taste it, like wet rasher. That's probably
Wolverine is near.
Before you all head on your X mission in the X-Jet to the place marked X on the map to explain Xavier's School, is there anything you would like to do while you're in? Is it New Hampshire where the school is? Westchester? Westchester. Yeah, while you're in the lovely surroundings of Westchester and indeed on the grounds of the school, anything you guys as players would like to do? Because there's no urgent rush on this, like, go to this kid's house and explain the X-Men to them.
I think Pixie's gonna find somewhere to get a cheese toasty.
Hmm.
It's a very specific thing she wants to go and do. She wants to go and find a cheese toasty.
Nice.
She's
We cut-
walking around though with kind of like a weight on her shoulders, and she's realizing that this is what it is to be Scott Summers.
Whereas Toadclops is just having a great time bouncing around. I'm gonna try find the source of that smell.
Nice. Okay. Anyone else?
I'm just gonna find the nearest mirror and start flexing in it because like Toad isn't used to being in a ripped, jacked body.
Hmm.
So I didn't get the opportunity while I was Cyclops, so I'll do it while I'm Iceman. Just
And you can
Firing
carve
coal.
more muscles because it's just all ice.
oh yeah. So jacked and chiseled like an ice sculpture.
Yeah. I'd like to go talk to the storm if I.
Storm. Yeah, absolutely. We can do these all in the order in which they were given. So, Psyche C. You make your way to the X kitchen and open up the X fridge to find some X cheese, extra strength cheddar. While you're in there, it is where Storm happens to be as well. So you walk in and see Aurora Monroe. Ah, morning, Scott.
Oh, small problem. Not at the moment.
It is morning at the moment.
Oh no, I'm not Scott.
Oh.
Body swap. Pixie, hi, Megan. Hello. How are you?
Oh, morning, Megan. Another body swap.
Another one.
Happens all the time.
I'm starting to think we should probably make notes of this and maybe try and find a way of calendarizing it. It could be something to do with the moon.
It's to do with the moon, it's to do with the tides.
And they go in and out all the time. So
Leave
we
it to me.
okay.
For
do
a
you
split
wanna-
second. Do I want to?
And she'll just kind of motion to a loaf of bread and like just a handful of like a block of cheese that she has.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got a job going on, and like if you want to come with us, like you kind of know what you're doing. So like if you kind of want to come with us,
Ooh. The professor actually has me heading to the TV studio tonight for the debate with Oliver Trask. I'm on A team today.
oh, okay. And she'll just carry on making the cheese toasty.
Nice. Just for my own hungry little breakfast brain, how do you make it? What's your go-to cheese toasty?
Oh, okay. So Warburton's white bread specifically.
Yeah.
She's gonna pick like a few different kinds of cheeses. So like she's gonna go for like a cheddar and a mozzarella, one for like the stretchy properties and one for the flavor properties, and then Branston pickle.
Oh,
Whack a bit of Branston pickle between the cheese slices, cheese like bread on top, and then just grill the living daylights out of it.
nice.
But you crimp the edges of it so the cheese doesn't come out.
Oh, good thinking.
Okay.
Yeah. Seal it in.
Yeah.
Amazing. So good. Do you put her at the top of the bread?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, me too.
She's doing it the right way.
We cut to a Warburton's commercial. It's playing the role of Mr. Warburton, as is known in their commercials, and with the blast of a very light optic lens, just goes and like sears the toast. The perfect crisp. Bring us around to, I believe, What's That Smell was the next mission.
Yeah. Somewhere in the mansion, Scott just feels like someone's ruining my diet. I feel it. Someone's ruining my perfect body and perfect diet.
Yeah, you get a tingling sensation as you follow your nose in the form of Toad towards the locker rooms outside the danger room. You pretty much nailed it. You sit it. You walk in and you see a topless, short Canadian man, full of hair, sitting, and he looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, buddy. What can I do for you, Toad?" It's the Canadian Wolverine. Oh, how you doing, huh? We all know he's Canadian. I mean,
Yeah, of course.
How you doing, bub?
Oh, hey, Bob.
Uh, he's from Albany. Toad Klops kind of looks at him and goes, Wolverine, you stink. What's happening here?
Oh, sorry. Just out of the danger room. So, turns out I'm the best at what I do, and what I do, it's stinky.
Gotta go. It's an unprofessional manner. You know, the showers are first. That's protocol.
It's kind of rich, if you don't mind me saying, coming from you, Toad.
And Cyclops just kind of goes, I hate it when he's right. Look, as your former team leader, Scott Summers, I gotta say, you gotta follow the rules.
See Wolverine. Take a little sniff. Yeah, I did think there was a smell of nerd about you today. Listen here, Scott. I'm done with your shit. Happens twice a week. Getting on my motorcycle and I'm going back to Canada, eh?
Well, before you do, take a shower.
You ain't the boss of me. Nobody's the boss of me. Except for me. Canadian Wolverine.
Oh, they're just such a rebel, such a rogue, wild card.
No rogues over there. All right, well, see you later, Toad. I'll be back when you need me most.
He
When
will
you need
be.
me most, ain't stinky.
You down the
Grabs
hot
a,
cup of maple syrup.
He grabs a 6-pack of Canadian Molson, puts on his red and black flannel shirt, goes to his and leaves the room, seemingly solving the problem of what's that smell. Working away around, we wanted to talk to Storm. Storm is in the kitchen, so Pixie / Iceman.
Yeah.
Yep. You walk in as you see Storm. She seems to be constantly mid, sort of eyes rolling back white to change the weather about the tides. But Cyclops Pixie keeps talking to her. So she's like, "What was that?" Oh yeah, sorry. I will have a cheese sandwich. Yeah, yeah. No,
Do
no.
you want to talk on
Yeah.
Have you tried with coffee?
Yeah, coffee. Okay. And then you walk in just as she's mid, eyes rolling back, storming out again.
Oh, Storm. I need to talk to you.
Oh, hi.
As you know, it's probably worked out I'm not Pixie.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Iceman.
You're trying to work on that at the moment, but your thing seems important too.
Well, you know, it's the biannual Scott leaving party coming up soon. Leaving again for the umpteenth time. So he's asked me to lead the team, strangely enough. And I've come to you for advice, as you have led the X-Men a couple of times. What advice you may give me?
And the Morlocks, I think, at one point,
Yes.
as she's always wanted to say. Leader of multiple teams this storm.
You were
And
also
the
the regent.
And the Morbegs at one point.
And she was also the Regent Soul as well. So you got a few titles under your belt there. Queen of Wakanda, you know. You've led with many teams, so no one better to ask.
I also have a inhuman control over the weather, but I don't think that's important right now. You want advice?
Yes, please.
Anything in particular?
How does one lead a team?
Well, there's a couple of management styles. I find sitting your team down and getting them to set smart goals is a good way to, over time, improve their abilities. But in the short term, I think play to their strengths, know each other's weaknesses, be there for each other, and never give up. Unless it's dangerous, in which case, flee. Get out of there. And bring your team to safety. Remember, the mission is never as important as your team's safety. Unless it's a critical mission, in which case we all go in at it. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense. Perfect sense.
Okay. I've noticed Chad is wondering how much it would cost me to DM as Wolverine for the rest of the game. I've
He's been dubbed
DM'd
Sesame Street Wolverine.
Sesame Street. How dare you? That's a perfect Canadian accent. I've sent a number to our producer Declan. If we hit it, he will let me know. The Canadian Wolverine might be back. Bringing us finally around to Iceman flexing. Iceman, give me a mutant roll.
Oh. Mutant roll. 3.
3. And what is your mutant number?
2.
2. That is a failure.
Goddamn.
Oof. Ouch. Easy. You begin to flex, and you look pretty good. Then you begin to use some of your ice powers to sculpt the perfect bod. Thing about Bobby Drake, Iceman, is doesn't always have the best control over his mutant powers at when he's in the body. With Toad, just going at it, you cause a frosty ice storm to appear. And I've been told to Canadian up that DMing, please. Uh-oh. Chat, you monsters! You cause a ice storm to spread across the grounds of the. This is not going to get tiresome. Of the mansion, as all of you at once realize, a blizzard has begun around the grounds. I will take that as your cue to leave, as you hear in your minds the voice of Charles Xavier, who goes, "Oh hey buds, our good friend Storm's going to look after this. Don't you worry." And as soon as she gets that done, then she'll look into the tides and the moon and maybe get you guys all back in the right buddies. I think I've been buddy swapped. Can't be certain.
There's no clues.
There's no. Everyone has a Wolverine in their mind. You know what? I might for the purpose of describing things. If it's okay with chat, and I think they'll say no. If an NPC is talking, it's Canadian Wolverine. If it's me talking, I do still need to help these guys play the game. I'll flip between.
I know it's okay, Ben. I can perfectly understand you.
Oh, I think it's good too. Actually, I think I'm fine.
All right. Well, you make your way to the exit, and we wipe to the north of New York State. Close to the borders of a little-known country called Canada, put to a town called Albany. And you land down in the back garden of one person's house. You don't know their name yet, so that's for you to find out. Is there anything on the way in the exjet that you guys would like to prepare? There is dossiers, there's information, there's all that kind of stuff. And
yeah,
if there's another donation in mind, please do it to get me out of here. It kind of hurts.
I think Toad Plops is definitely reading the dossier. Kind of like, this is my last mission. Gotta make sure all the details are correct. Definitely my last mission. There is no more after this. Not a single one.
Yeah, as Scott's last summer. Fly through the action. You learn and you explain to the team that you're going towards the house. You're going to a sleepy suburb in Albany towards the house of a 19-year-old kid called Will Ryder Dyson. Will Ryder Dyson, his mutant powers you're not aware of yet, but you land down in their back garden and you see a sort of middle-aged man and a middle-aged woman come out. These are the Dysons. And Tom Dyson, Will's father, goes, "Oh boy, what did our son do now?" As he looks to you all expectantly, going, "You just say the word, I'll go up and I'll give him a talking to, because that Will, he's a handful."
It's nice that all these gardens seem to have jet-sized back gardens. It's very handy for us to sneak in and out of houses this way in a giant jet.
I think Pixie will do her very best I'm in charge stance, kind of hands on hips, and just, we're here to speak to him. And she's trying to mimic how Scott speaks.
Yeah, Scott's also trying to do that, but Toad's posture is really, really bad. So just cannot like put the back upright at all.
And Iceman is still flexing.
Still, like, there's still a little bit of frost coming off the side of you. You're still in ice form.
For dramatics, it's the smoke effect.
Yes, yeah. As the X-Jet kind of walking pad comes down, dry ice appears. We have another donation from chat. I just need to clarify with them. I think it was a $25 donation for a mutant turn up. They're specifically calling for Canadian Mystique. But we do have a mechanic for this. I do have a rolling table for any mutant. Mystique is on there, so it is a possibility. But if it is the $25 donation for a mutant turn up, I think it's only fair that we roll a d20 and see who that is.
Would it be interesting to roll it twice since we did a body swap?
Oh, yes. So it's that person in the other person's body with a Canadian accent. Yeah, no problem.
This is so much chaos.
Can someone give me a d20 roll?
I did 2 rolls there and I got a 5 and an 18.
5 and an 18.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good day for Glob Herman in the body of Storm.
Oi.
As no other than everyone's favorite X-Man, Glob Herman appears from behind walks into the garden, essentially in the body of Storm, and goes, "Oh no, oh boy, oh, I'm in the body of Storm, and I seem to be body swapped. Hold on, Glob Herman, powers to make skin invisible. Well, this isn't good for Storm. Hopefully Storm wasn't doing anything important. Moon, tides, body swap. Yeah, that makes sense. You see Storm's eyes roll back. And as the moon appears in the sky and the sun moves and a day passes, you are all now back in your normal bodies, looking at none other than Glob Herman, flesh and bones. And he goes, "Well, that was pretty handy. Hey, X-Men. Did you get my application? I'm still waiting on Glob Herman. Pretty good. I got some skills."
Cyclops put his hand on Glob's shoulder, just kind of goes, squishy. But goes, "Glob, I'm sorry, but you sent your application to me and I'm no longer team leader. You will have to send another one."
Okay, could you let me know who I need to send it to?
And dramatically turns around and points at Iceman.
Who's busy putting a shirt on, like feeling a bit self-conscious after being so naked all the time.
I'll just email it to Iceman at giftedschool.com. Hey Iceman, it's Glob Herman. We've met.
Good to see you again.
Could I actually get a lift back to you guys later?
Yeah, you can just hop on the X-Jet there.
I'll wait in the jet. As we see an invisible skinned man make his way onto the X-Jet. Tom Dyson turns to you and goes, "Okay, so that's not a typical Tuesday morning here up in Albany, but when's life typical when you have a teenager, am I right? He's just upstairs, so if you want to go head up to him, out of curiosity, what did he do?" He's still looking at you, Cyclops, as de facto leader of the team.
I think Cyclops kind of beckons Iceman to come over and kind of goes, "Look, this is a chance to do the thing that we're meant to do. This is to help explain what we're doing here. I got your back. Let's do this. We got this. Me and you."
Me and you. Okay.
And Scott just goes, "Iceman will explain," and then steps away.
And then you see like eyes forming around his mouth as he gets nervous and can't really talk. He's like,
Dyson,
So-
give me a humanity roll. Let's see how you kind of step up to the plate.
I got it. 2 and 4 was my number.
Yeah, with a failure, I'm happy for you to sort of role play out what it looks like not to, explain to this. Explain. Sorry,
But if
got
it's
paid for this, and I'm doing them dirty. Not to explain to this man what's going on here with the X-Men.
As I try to explain, it kind of everything just gets really cold, and I keep stumbling over my words. Like, we're something here. It's your son.
It's okay, Iceman. Toad steps forward and says, "Look, there's a bit of consternation here with who's the leader. Cyclops is giving up. Iceman's not up to the task. I will step forward as the team's new leader, so I'll explain. Basically, your kid is evil, and we're here to take him to a specialized facility.
okay,
where
thank
we
you,
can-
Toad. Your son has been detected of having gifts, and we're here from a school that can help him out.
Oh, okay. Well, that a public school or a private school?
Private school, but don't worry, it's all covered.
Oh, nice. Take them away. Honey, we can finally get that
Take
extension.
my wife,
Those are
take my son.
I hate that kid.
As some of the plants in their garden kind of shrivel in the added cold, and the Dysons look around and go, "Oh boy!" You make your way to the most terrifying place in the known Marvel galaxy, a teenager's bedroom. As you walk in, you see Will Ryder Dyson sitting at his computer. He is a tall, gangly teenager, sort of forehead acne, a typical nerd. And he spins around in his chair and goes, "Oh my god, it's the X-Men!"
Pubescent Canadian is so much worse.
Do I have them? Do I have mutant powers?
We think so. Pixie just sort of pipes up from the back.
It's why we're here. We're here to look at and see,
Yeah.
pick you up and ask you, do you want to come back with us to Xavier's School of Learning for Gifted People?
I'd love to. It's my dream. I can't believe it worked. I can't believe the program worked. Look what I did. And he spins his chair around and points at his computer, and you can see a program running through the classic kind of cartoony computer program. He goes, I programmed it to send out a beacon that said I had mutant powers. I thought you guys might come.
So this is all just a... And she'll just kind of gesture vaguely at the computer. You made this up?
Well, yeah, I in such a way that it broadcasts out the signal that gets picked up on for mutant powers.
How did you even figure that out?
I suppose the technical term is I do machines.
Me too.
Oh, nice. You're one of my favorites, Tone.
Of course. Well, as the new leader of the X-Men, I can understand that.
He puts a hand out to shake your hand, Todd.
I put my hand out and I shake it back.
You've never felt a sweatier hand in your life.
Which is impressive, because that's Toad.
Okay. So when do we go? I can pack up my computer stuff. I already have a bag ready to go. This is the best day of my life.
Can we just a quick team huddle?
Yeah.
Without you. What is he a mutant or like what?
He does machines, yeah.
But
clearly a mutant power.
does that make Iron Man a mutant?
Yes.
Okay.
Wrong
Okay. Okay.
team. Maybe we should have gone for the Avengers.
Yeah.
Has anyone
I
got
don't
them
like
on
those
dial?
guys. I don't like them. We had a big spat once, and it just it's awkward. I don't want to talk about it.
They have a different management company.
We
Slowly
couldn't
trying to
book them.
acquire
They're
the
a bit
X-Men.
more expensive.
He might not be a mutant, but I find what he did quite impressive. Maybe Beast would like to talk to him about how he seemed to manage to trick Charles Xavier into thinking there was a mutant here. That could be useful technology, not to fall in the wrong hands in order to fall into a trap.
Yeah, we could use it to deflect from the school and make sure that no one detects mutants there. Do you know how much money we'd save on sentinel attacks if no one knows we're there?
At the advertised school of the gifted for mutants.
It's a bit of an
Rebrand.
oversight.
Yeah, I think the Sentinels have been finding us through the yellow pages.
Go into used car sales.
I know you meant like looking up the address, but I just imagine a sentinel going into the yellow pages.
Holding hands and leaping in like it's a story time. Let's find mutants. Hey.
The page master.
As you're having this team huddle, and as the concepts of Sentinels tracking mutants, the Sentinel program being launched, all this stuff runs through your mind, it is at that time in which you hear the sound of cars pulling up outside the house, and the telltale sound of as 4 Sentinels land outside this small suburban home on the outskirts of Albany, and you hear mutants detected inside. Seize, capture, destroy,
Question mark.
question mark, destroy protocol, waiting until the results of debate, potentially.
Waiting on censors to say if I'm allowed.
Ask Disney executive if I can kill.
Yeah, all these cars, all these black cars pull up, and 4 Sentinels land outside. Which I think is a good time as any, as battle is upon us, to take our commercial break. That seems like a nice little spot. Yeah. Join us after the break. We're going to take a little, I think it's like a 10-15 minute intermission to go on a little break, stretch our legs, do any sort of bio break stuff that we need to do. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for donating so far. Don't forget, there's plenty of ways to donate, and there's plenty of ways to add chaos to this already chaotic game. It's been amazingly fun so far. To break kayfabe a little bit, I am only pretending to hate what you're doing to us. It's genuinely giving me such joy. Because this is no longer in game, I can speak in my normal accent. I will be back. So stick around. Tell people about this stream. Get them to join in for part 2 if you want to share a little Saturday morning cartoon watching with your friends. And we'll see you shortly. Hey, Hoosers, and welcome back to Canadian X-Men. Hello, and welcome back to our first morning stream of D8DungeonDrive. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for donating so far. Everyone in chat, you've absolutely smashed it. I'm so happy to see that the Saturday morning slot of this weekend drive has gotten the support that you guys have given. So thank you so much. As a quick reminder of the donations you can donate $5 to give a player advantage or give them access to an X power, which we'll come across as it happens. But what seems to be the popular choice of the day is for, let me just double check what the amount is. You can body swap everyone for $40. For 10, you can make the enemy stronger. 15, make a sentinel appear. 25, make another mutant turn up, which was a fun little thing we added, and now becomes make another mutant turn up, and they'll have a Canadian accent. So if you want to see some of your favorite characters from X-Men turn up and have this bad comical parody accent, then please donate $25. For 30, we move beyond the realm of X-Men into the Marvel universe as a whole. So some of your favorite characters from Marvel can turn up. And then for 100, whoopsie, Apocalypse turns up, which hopefully doesn't happen, but it's why it's the high tier donation. If you want to make that happen, you can. You just need to donate $100. A little you will get Canadian Apocalypse. That was slightly.
It's all doom, E.
Oh no. And if you know anything about me, I can't stay in an accent for too long, so we will slip into every accent under the sun. What do you need to know if you've just joined us? If you've just joined us, the team, Cyclops, Iceman, Toad, and Pixie, have made their way to a suburb outside of Albany in New York to meet with a potential mutant recruit for Charles Xavier's school for gifted youngsters. They've just discovered that this teenager in question isn't a mutant, but has managed to create a program that sends out a signal to anything that can pick up mutant broadcasts, so be it Cerebro, or to their chagrin, Sentinels under the Sentinel program. So outside this home, 4 Sentinels and a bunch of black cars have just pulled up to try to detain the mutants that they know are inside, which pretty much catches us all the way up. I don't think I've missed anything else. There's been plenty of other things that have happened. Please do go back and watch if you're catching us halfway through the stream. Check the VODs because it's been a lot of fun. But without further vamping, let's dive right back into the action. As mutants detected, detain, capture, destroy. Outside the house. X-Men. What would you like to do? And again, if we want to, we can roll initiative just to set a order, or happy for people to just jump in and pull either way into the spotlight. Let's do initiative. It's easier. You're all too polite.
We're all Canadian. It's fine.
That's a 6.
A 6. Nice. 2.
Got a 4.
4. And
am I rolling a d6?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, no, wait. 3.
3. So we have Pixie, Cyclops, Toad, and Iceman. Pixie, you're up first. What would you like to do?
Cool. So she kind of will look out the window a little moment, and you just hear like a string of just under the breath cursing. She disappears in a puff of pink smoke, reappears behind one of the Sentinels, and she's just kind of going to try and start making as much noise as she can to try and draw them away from the house.
Nice.
We'll kind of try and be a bit of a pain in the ass for like a good maybe like 5-10 minutes. Or maybe not 5-10 minutes, 5-10 seconds.
Yeah. Are you going to do this through human means or mutant means?
I think she has an illusion creator. I'm not sure if it would work on the Sentinels, but she might try and make it look as though there's multiples of her, to make it look as though there's like a little swarm of pixies.
Yeah, I love it. Give us a mutant roll.
That was a 6.
6. Ultimate failure. Right? Ooh, that's the second time.
What? I don't know what I'm doing.
Nice.
I'm changing to this one.
You've been cursed on D8 streams.
Have I got anything pink? I really am. I've never known it this bad.
Always use the pink dice. There's never excuse not to use the pink dice.
Do I have one?
You appear behind these sentinels and multiple pixies appear, but they are locked in on the house. You are so silent and stealthy that they don't seem to notice that you have appeared behind them. So your trickery hasn't worked. Although you are now in a kind of prime position. You know that they're unaware of your position.
Yeah.
You can see from here, they're kind of scanning the house. And in Sentinel, for the audience in Sentinel mode, they can pick up the sort of heat sensors or mutant sensors of the bodies inside. And we see that one of the Sentinels seems to be locked on to not a person, but this computer, as they begin to go scanning what's happening in this broadcast. Brings us to Cyclops.
The X-Men don't believe in using doors, famously. So Cyclops is going to burst out the window and midair try to use an optic blast.
Nice. Give me a mutant roll.
Cool. It's a 3. My number is 5.
It's a success. You jump out the window, put your hand to visor, and send out this blast. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do, or are you just like trying to just take out one of them, all of them?
I'm just gonna go for whichever one like is trained on the house.
Trained on it. We're pretty much all trained on the house. So give me a D6 roll.
Cool. That's 4.
4. Yeah, nice. You grab the one on the end and then pushing it backwards, seemingly disrupting its scanner. Then we have Toad.
Okay, so I know what I want to do. Now, I suspected as Toad I was going to be doing a lot of licking and jumping, but I'm going to do more machines. So I'm going to turn. Toad's going to turn to Will and say, "May I?" and gesture towards the computer.
Oh yeah, please do, bud.
So Toad's going to go to the computer and go into the program that he's created to that sort of makes people detect Sentinels. And I'm just going to change the GPS location on it so that the signal that is being put out is being sent to a different area.
Nice. Yeah, give me a mutant roll.
Mutant roll. Okay. You better wait. This is going to be so cool. 2. Exactly. I got my exact number.
Nice. You got mutant humanity. You get to not only do super succeed, but you get to ask me a question.
Okay. Whoa. Where's the best place for me to send them narratively?
That's a good question.
I have an idea, but
yes, I suppose you could. The question becomes:
oh wait,
do you know
okay.
the GPS coordinates? But yeah.
Well, so the guy who creates the Sentinels, what was his name again?
Master Mold or Bolivar Trask.
Do we know where the factory is that they create the Sentinels?
That's what I was thinking as well. Tactically, that would be the best place to send them. But the question is, do you know the GPS coordinates for the secret base where they make Sentinels?
I could send it to where he's doing the talk.
You could send them to where they're doing the talk, yeah. What you wouldn't know is Radio City, New York, baby.
Me.
It's basically the same thing. You could buy a Sentinel there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, in the Apple shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. iSentinel.
Yeah. You type in and send and coordinate the destination for the Sentinels to Radio City, New York, letting them know that that's where there are mutants, not here in Albany. You see, as this happens, all the Sentinels go coordinates changing, destination changing, uploading, as they all now just awaiting orders. They are sort of, for all intents and purposes, not attacking, but at the end of this round, that's when they will take off. In case anyone wants to do anything else. In the meantime, which brings us to Iceman.
Could just take everyone outside. Just take Will outside. Like, we need to get you out of the house just in case something does happen. So I bring him out to the X-Jet and just like come with me really quickly with his family on the way. Is like rushing it outside just in case.
Nice. Yeah. He goes, oh, geez, okay. And runs out and he's, do I have time to bring my computer? Okay. And then you bring him out, no stuff with him. As all these Sentinels go and begins to take off towards New York City, the sloppiest place on earth. Big Apple, baby.
The Big Apple.
They got mugged on the way, though. That's what's like.
Yeah. The cars also pull away. Who knows who's in those cars? But they seem confused and they follow. Mostly for dramatic effect, they pulled up. But they begin to take the longer journey because, as famously, cars travel by roads, whereas sentinels travel as a crow would.
In a
correct.
murder.
Unless they're going far enough, and this is a joke of a friend of mine, Connor Jules, far enough where the curvature of the Earth comes into play, in which case they travel as the mole digs. So, danger averted for now. Although, danger not averted for Storm, Jean Grey, the Canadian Wolverine, maybe, and Professor Charles Xavier, who are all unsuspectingly making their way towards Radio City, New York, for the TV televised broadcast debate tonight on the controversial Sentinel program. As the dust settles, what would you guys like to do as a team?
I think Scott, who is fully prepared to fight a sentinel, just kind of goes, "What happened?"
It's okay, Cyclops, as your predecessor. No, not predecessor. The next leader.
Successor?
As your successor. I have saved everybody in the only way that I can, with machines.
And how did you save them, Toad?
Well, of course, I changed the GPS location on Will's mutant detector system.
To where, Toad?
That's the clever part. I sent them straight to Radio City, New York, baby.
Where the rest of our team is?
Correct.
Scott just looks into this guy and kind of goes, "I'll never get to quit. I'll never get to leave. There is no world in which I get to not be an X-Man."
All I want to be is an X-Man.
An X-Man.
Okay, so with new information, Scott, Iceman, Pixie, Toad, what would you like to do?
Well, I think we should. Are we going to take the kid with us or not?
I think at least we give him a tour.
Okay. Glub Herman's in the X jet as well.
Mm-hmm. He's eating a sub sandwich. It's gross to watch.
Oh.
I feel like Pixie's watching with fascination.
Scott is not averting his eyes so quickly.
So I think the option, as far as I can see, we'd have to go straight to New York to help avert the disaster to Radio City. Help avert the disaster we've just created. Well, Toad created, but no point fingers here. Was
it really the stupidest idea to send the bad guys to our most powerful members of our team
and save a kid
with the press conference with a bunch of civilians?
We saved a kid. And she'll just kind of reach up and pat kind of Will on the head. Probably has to reach up.
Because Pixie's not, Pixie's not at the top. Pixie floats up a little bit to do it.
It's like a little of the wings.
Because it's so sweaty, the hair sticks to your hand as you pull it back up.
Who's standing closest to her?
Not me anymore.
She's just gonna pretend she's patting whoever it is on the shoulder, but is actually just gonna wipe her hand off.
Give me a D6 roll, unless you have a D4 handy.
Actually,
no. D6 is easier. There's only an option of 3.
Okay. 1.
1. It is Cyclops.
Oh.
You had a 1 in 3 chance that was Toad, and your hand comes back stickier than before. Crisis averted.
Yeah, she'll just kind of it's okay, and is just kind of.
Cyclops just goes, "I just want to retire. I really just want to retire."
The X-Jet, defying all physics, rises straight up in the air. As Toad, you had a quick question?
Well, I was going to ask, can I just check the glove? I'm assuming the X-Jet has a glove box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I just check the glove box for an extra pair of Scott's sunglasses?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I would just like to put them on.
Nice.
Yeah, as the new leader, so people know.
Yeah. You pop up in the glove box. You rifle past some X belts, some X pop caps for the back of the phones, a picture of Wolverine holding a picture of Scott and Jean.
Scott takes that and goes, "That's mine."
And yeah, Scott claims the photos, but not the glasses. As Toad, you put on a pair of these.
He's like, "Those are really tinted. Good luck trying to see."
You know, have red vision as you wear some of the classic casual Scott Summer glasses, not the more business professional Scott Summer visor that he wears at work.
Fantastic.
Nice. The X-Jet rises into the air. It's looking towards New York. It's looking towards anywhere else. It's figuring out where it wants to go. Cyclops or Iceman or Toad or Pixie, whoever is the true leader of the X-Men. Let me know where you're pointing this bird, and I will fire it in a transition wipe across the screen in that direction.
We all do the Spider-Man meme where we're like pointing at each other.
No, but it's definitely Toad's pointing at himself, being like, "I'm leader," and Iceman, Scott are pointing at each other, being like, "No, you're leader."
In this leader confusion, in this battle of succession, I will leave it up to Pixie to decide where the plane goes, because they're burning fuel as if the planet isn't
Yeah.
to protect.
So she's gonna sort of like march her way to the front, kind of, I guess, grab a hold of the steering wheel?
Yeah.
Joystick thing. She is going to yaw that baby around and New York. She's just gonna look for the tallest tower she can see and is gonna go, "That's New York," and is just gonna head that way and hope that the GPS, while she's doing that, she's gonna pull up Google Maps. And she's navigating solely sort of.
You launch the X-Jet towards New York City, specifically for the island of Manhattan, named so for a man in a hat. And you pull down. Radio City, I think, is just off Fifth Avenue somewhere around that spot. It's kind of near. It's in the centrally bit, as far as I know. It's where they always. Yeah, I don't know New York that well. I only know it from Spider-Man games. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere there. But you pull your way in. On the way, is there anything you guys would like to prepare, chat about? What this will do is that when you land there, you can roll prepared as opposed to just flat d6s.
Pixie's gonna hold a hand up and just, what's everyone good at? Like, if things go a little bit skewy again, what's everyone good at?
I can lick good, I can jump good, I can do kickboxing, and I don't know if you've heard, but I also do machines.
Okay, and she's gonna make a note.
I shoot concussive force for my eyes, and I'm really cool.
She just puts a question mark as the second.
I think you'll find Iceman's really cool.
Ice cold.
I'm retiring. Just like Cyclops, I'm getting out of here.
I can shoot ice. I can make ice. I can kind of shapeshift.
Ice cream machine.
You'd be an ice cream machine. I'm also I did training sessions with Black Widow, so I've got quite good hand-to-hand combat. You know.
Scary ice cream machine.
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. I can fly. I've got a knife. Yeah.
Magic.
I can turn my skin invisible. Glow Urban here.
Yes, you can, Blob. But again, pats on the back and gets like, "It's too squishy. I can't keep doing this."
It's just my skin just turns invisible. It's regular skin when you touch me, as far as I understand.
I know. I don't know why it's weird, but it's weird.
Yeah, I'm also good at machines, but jury's out on whether I have mutant powers or not. As Will Ryder Dyson is also in the car, as are the Dysons. Mr. Dyson goes, I'm pretty good at Texas, and Mrs. Dyson goes, I'm telekinetic.
But she's inhuman, so it's not the same.
Yeah. Oh boy, you land down in New York City as another donation has come in.
Mhm.
It's the big one. You actually no, it's just over the city, straight down, defies all physics.
Vital.
And the back of the X-Jet opens up. No dry ice this time. I think Bobby Drake has control over Paris. As you walk out onto a street in New York, you try to step out, and a cyclist goes by, dinging loudly at you, and shakes its fist. You try to walk out again, and a New Yorker walks by and goes, "Hey, I'm walking here." You look up to the windows and say, "Keep it down there." And on the side of the street, you see a man selling hot dogs. Except it is no man. For you notice the side of their face is a little bit blue and a kind of thing that looks like should be a Muppet. I don't know. I always imagine it's none only then.
Hi ho, it's Apocalypse here.
Oh, hey there, boys. It's me, Canadian Apocalypse.
Instead of an A, it's a C.
Yeah, it does look like Apocalypse's face should work like a Sesame Street puppet, but Apocalypse turns to you all and turns and goes, "Ah, my fellow mutants, good to see you here. I am Apocalypse. If you don't know me, I'm very old, very immortal. It seems like my stick is mutant superiority and global domination, which is why I'm here in New York, because there's a debate on tonight, and I'd like to see how it goes just before I enact my plan. Depending on the result, maybe I'll destroy all humanity. Or if they're kind of happy with us just being accepted, then my job here is, hey ho, done. So if you're cool with that, I'm going to go sit in the audience for a little while. Or if you're not cool with that, I guess we could fight now. But I don't know you guys yet. Which side on the spectrum do you fall? Good mutants or super good mutants?
Can I have a hot dog?
Oh, yeah. And the most powerful mutant in all of mutant history takes a dog. It's one of those boiled ones from the water that always looks kind of gross. Puts it on. Ketchup and mustard for you, young toad.
Yes, please. Yes, thank you.
There's some toppings on the side. Help yourself.
Oh, great. Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
That'll be $20. That's how much a hot dog. I think.
Hey.
Yay.
I thought you were a good mutant or a super good mutant, whatever the better one is.
I'm a super good mutant, but super good mutants still have bills to pay.
Can you trade him hypnotic substance?
Yes. Okay. So, well, I don't have any. I'm not liquid right now. Okay. So, what I can offer you is a psychoactive experience.
I can't pay you for a hot dog, but I can get you real high.
Yeah, exactly.
In this city, it's the same thing, I think. Give me, if you're trying this, give me a humanity roll.
Ooh.
Trying to appeal to, you're trying to persuade them.
I rolled a 3.
Your number is 2.
Correct.
You're trying to get above humanity. So yeah, 3 is above 2. If my math is correct. Apocalypse goes, so I just give you a little lick there on that belly, and I get the time of my life?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. And
lifts up his top.
when you're watching a live theater experience, and the performer has to commit to the bit, but you know them as the actor do not want to. You see the actor behind Apocalypse go, "If you're certain."
I've never been certain of anything more in my life.
Sure thing. Hope there's no fan art of this out there.
There's a question in chat of, is this art? And then this happened, and the response is, this is not art.
This is performance art. If you've never seen it, some of the better pieces of performance art. Apocalypse. everyone's favorite villain, leans down really slowly, sticks his little mutant tongue out, and gives a little tip of the tongue against Toad's belly. Okay, so how long before the whoa?
I'm hoping, like most men, when he takes drugs, he'll develop empathy.
With Apocalypse seemingly suitably taken out of action with one psychoactive lick of Toad's belly, he wanders into the streets, going, "Oh, can't wait to see the city. Maybe I'll go up to the Empire State. The views up there will be pretty fun." And he goes to walk towards the Empire State and go on a say he goes on a little horse and carriage tour. You shouldn't do them in real life, but this is a game. And takes a lovely time around Central Burke, as Apocalypse for now has been. Look, I don't know who donated the Whoopsie and Apocalypse turns up. My personal opinion, money well spent. You are now faced with just a regular New York street, seemingly dealing with the danger ahead of you, all done and dusted. Anything you'd like to do? You're close to Radio City. In fact, you can hear the beginning of chanting, and you can hear the sound of rabble rising as you look, and you see that the 4 sentinels from earlier, as well as a group of 6 more, 10 sentinels in total, now that they have the GPS location of some mutants, have landed outside of Radio City. They don't seem to be doing anything yet, but you can see on one side of the divide a bunch of civilians holding placards that says "Down with mutants," and the other side of the divide a bunch of humans holding placards that say "Mutants are people too, but swear to God I'm not one of them. Please don't arrest me." As seemingly the crowd and the audience and all the people gathered around Radio City are beginning to get tensions are rising, especially with the presence now of Sentinels. Fun fact about people and fun fact about mutants in the X-Men world. Bringing enforcement of any kind to any sort of heightened situation, bad idea. I'm just going to say it. But they are not happy that with the controversial Sentinel program debate happening, there are now 10 of them outside the building.
Pixie's kind of gonna like get a little lower as though she's telling a big secret and say, "We could totally just send them after him. Like, there's nothing stopping us from like not." So my plan is we get everyone together, we into the next world for a little bit, and then we wait for this all to blow over.
Oh, I don't think we can. I think we need to show humanity that we are heroes.
So we should wait for them to kill some people first and then save them.
No, we should just stop the. What is wrong with you people? Iceman, come on, help me here.
I agree with our fearless leader, Cyclops.
Thank you.
Scott just kind of goes, "I give up. I'm trapped. I'm never leaving."
Scott, you can never give up. You're an X-Men. You've got that X visor on. What else are you going to do with your life?
Scott puts both his hands on Bobby's shoulders and goes, "You're also an X-Man, Bobby. You're just as important to this team."
Yes, but Iceman has discernible skills that you don't have, Cyclops. He has transferable skills to other careers.
I was a radio DJ once. Leave me alone.
Well, we're in Radio City, so.
And kind of goes, "You can do this, Bobby."
Okay. I vote that we go and take down these sentinels before they hurt people. Yeah.
And Scott gives him like a thumbs up.
Nice. The sentinels are scanning the crowd. We can see as the audience that they're just kind of scanning through both sides. The protesters, they're scanning the building for Radio City. They haven't noticed you guys yet. We noticed that amongst all the groups, there's just a mix of mutants in both sides. It's just, mutant gene doesn't discriminate. And all they're doing is like mutant identified, mutant identified, awaiting orders. As two cars pull up outside of Radio City. One containing none other than Oliver Trask, as he steps out in a little suit and looks around and goes, yes, according to plan, and walks into the building. The other car that pulls up is, you can tell it by its telltale X plate. The X car pulls up, and out steps Jean Grey, Storm. Who else do we have in this mix? Nightcrawler, why not? And Professor Charles Xavier.
Wolverine
they
as
make
well. Did you say?
Wolverine got annoyed and went back to Canada on his.
I asked him to shower once, and he went back to Canada.
They don't ask me to shower in Canada.
I just smell like meeple to them.
And they all make their way inside for the debate of the evening. Charles picks up your sort of mind signature, and you all hear inside your heads, Scott, what? Oh, sorry. Hey, Scott, what you all doing here? I sent you on a very simple mission just to get the kid in Albany, bring him back to the school.
Professor, in my defense, you did send Toad.
Toad's part of the Brotherhood to X-Men rehabilitation journey, so you have to be more forgiving with their shortcomings. And holy shit, Toad, did you just defeat Apocalypse by getting to lick your tum-tum?
Yes, I did actually. I think that's why Cyclops wants to make me the new leader of the X-Men.
Well, it doesn't sell issues, but it sure solves problems. Good job, Toad.
Thank you, Professor.
Just checking, John. And it's not. I thought there was a question. Is everyone Canadian? It's a statement. Everyone is Canadian. They make their way inside as Charles keeps the link with you, Scott. Scott, you got to get this situation under control. We can't have any civilian casualties. We can't have any violence breaking out. We can't have anything get in the way of what is going to be a logical and academic debate about the X gene and mutants' place in the world.
Professor, first of all, should human rights be debated? That's a first question. Second of all, they're sending murder robots after us.
Good question. Take the first one up with Jack Kirby. Take the second one up with me. I think it's Kirby. It's probably Stanley takes the credit for it. As that story often goes. Well, yeah, interesting. I suppose if they make a move, you can make a move, or if there's a way to stealthily and subterfugely disarm and dismantle the Sentinels before any problems are solved, that's okay too. You're the leader. I'm just a professor with tenure.
Scott goes, I'm not the leader anymore, but sure, whatever, man.
You're never retiring. Goodbye, buddy. And in a classic Charles Xavier style, and yellow floating wheelchair makes his way inside.
It kind of goes, okay, team. We've all got specialized skills here. Iceman, you can freeze him. Pixie, you can get up and throw your dagger, stab around. Toad? Anyways, okay, you can do machines.
I have a suggestion, if I may. Can Pixie teleport Toad inside the Sentinels' heads and disarm them from the inside? Professor said do it stealthily.
We could try.
Mm.
Cyclops just has a big smile, kind of goes, it's my friend doing the good job.
A concussive tear.
A ruby quartz
That's how his
tear.
tears work. Yeah. A laser tear falls from Cyclops' eye. Pixie, if you would like to try, give me a mutant roll Because you're being helped by your team, you can roll it prepared. That's 2 dice. Take the better number, depending on what you're looking to do.
Da-da-da-da, that is a 5 and a 2.
2, so the 2 probably succeeds.
My number's a 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll take it.
Nice.
I'll take it.
You put as a car goes by, a taxi.
That was Wolverine leaving.
Yeah. You guys don't need me, huh? All right. Well,
Oh,
I took a wrong
I've
road.
done my cameo.
I'm off to hang out with that guy, Wade Wilson. I've heard he's pretty cool. Yeah, you put a hand on Toad, and you both in what can only be described as a knockoff of Nightcrawler's bamfing. You bamf inside of one of these Sentinels' heads. It is a mess of cables. These aren't your classic Power Ranger movable things, so you're kind of crammed in a sort of ventilation space. Actually, it's probably pretty roomy for you, Pixie. But Toad, it's a space in here. Thankfully, you come pre-lubed, so not so hard to move around.
True.
But you're in the
true.
head of a Sentinel. Toad, with you now inside this machine, what would you like to do?
So I suppose it's a multi-stage process, because the more we have to teleport between sentinels, the bigger the job becomes. So I'm going to create a link, or is there an established link between the sentinels that if I did something, or?
Yeah, I think so. They're a bit of a hive mind.
Okay, so I'll just go straight for the issue then, and I will the power. Okay, I'll just do the right thing. I will deactivate them.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
Give
straight up
me
deactivation.
You can crawl your way towards what seems to be where the main motherboard of this computer is. You take out some small, just a screwdriver or something.
Allen
Or
key.
two. Yeah. Take out an Allen key, a USB key, with a little X symbol on it that you can stick into the side. Give me a mutant roll to see how successful you are at hacking into this Sentinel.
Okay.
Would an extra pair of hands be of any help?
Yeah. So you can do it prepared.
So roll a second die.
Roll a second die. Take the better one.
Okay. Oh, I rolled a 3, and a 1.
Ooh, a 1. That's a success.
Woohoo!
You even though these aren't made for like programming on the inside, a small screen, because it's a cartoon, appears up a little keyboard that you can use. And you have access. You now have like system control of the Sentinels. With a 1, I'll give you something a little more here. You are able to deactivate all these Sentinels at once. They seem to have a mind link within a short range. So Sentinels that are near each other are all connected. So you can power them down, and you can see as you type in and deactivate that all of them go like, Sentinels, stand by. And now, instead of the terrifying glowing lights, now it's just a kind of annoying red light that stays on during the night, and you're like, masking tape, what am I going to do? They're all in standby mode. But as you're hacking through, you can see flight paths, you can see programming, you can see missions. There is a program called Global Extermination, which seems to be a like last minute multiple factor. To turn that on, you get the feeling that needs to be done by Oliver Trask with an encryption key.
2-factor authentication.
Yeah, someone needs to have his phone.
Yeah.
And it's really safe. You also see a couple of interesting things. You see that there are some GPS coordinates that you recognize. One, you recognize the GPS coordinates for where the Brotherhood of Mutants tend to hang out. They used to be part of the Brotherhood of Mutants. You might go back to them if sales are dwindling and we need another betrayal in the comic book series. You see that they seem to have some investigations into an underground network of tunnels beneath the city and beneath kind of America as a large, and they do have the locations of the school in Westchester, and attached to that is a file that, as you scan through, you're just picking up words here and there, but it's a bit more of a comprehensive document. Debate, busy, distraction, school takeover seems to be what's in there as you're scanning through, putting together the pieces that there are 10 sentinels here. There are hundreds of sentinels on their way to Charles Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, programmed to launch the moment the debate starts, while Professor X himself will be distracted, trying to focus on good points and not on his students back home.
Okay, I'm going to take what information I can glean, and I'm going to write an email, and I'm going to attach all the information, and I'm going to CC in Professor X, so it'll go straight to his yellow chair, to Cyclops' visor, to the X-Jet, and to Storm, who's still in the school. Is that correct, or was she at the debate?
Storm's at the debate.
Okay, so just to whoever the receptionist is.
Jubilee
Info
School,
at
we
Charles
forgot her.
Xavier's
Yeah.
School.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna radio Cyclops to check his email.
And Cyclops, not on his visor, takes out his phone with his email. It's like, it's kind of goes, why would it be in my, whatever? Oh, damn!
Hot diggity. Nice. You spread the information around to everyone who needs to know. You hear immediately in your mind, Toad, directly to you, Scott. Oh wait, sorry, Force of Habit. Oh, hey there, Toad. Holy moly, have you saved the day once again? Good job, buddy. I'll keep Bolivar Trask busy during the debate. He does not know that we know what we know. So if you could head back to the school and make sure all the students get out safely. The building itself, we got so much insurance on that thing, they rebuild it twice a week. But if you can protect the kids and the mutants, that'll be much appreciated. Yeah, give me, you know what, I'll be busy. I'm going to put my mind on D&D mode. Do not disturb while I'm playing D&D. I'm a level 14 cleric. And I suppose I'll see you back at the school. If you can protect it, that would be great. I do have an attachment to the place. But if not, safely evacuating the students, that would be my idea. But you know what? You're the leader, buddy. So you do you. Xavier, oot.
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording of that phone call, and I'm going to put that away.
Once again, this is not a phone. I'm in your brain.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
Toad had like a microphone up to his brain, being like, "This is gonna work."
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I do machines, guys. Okay. Pixie, we got to get back to the X-Jet.
Got it. And she'll just sort of like hand on shoulder, bamf away.
Nice. Yeah, you bamf straight into the Toad. You managed to bamf into the driver's seat, the leader's seat of the X-Jet. Pixie, you're the seat beside. I presume, having gotten this news, the others are making their way to the X-Jet.
I think Scott ran immediately into the driver's seat, and now Toad is just sat on top of him.
We have had a couple of donations since. Thank you so much. Toad, you have advantage and X powers for everyone. X powers all around.
Thank you.
Which is essentially a super cool, if you think about it in a kind of Marvel versus Capcom kind of sense of the way, this is where you can blast more than possible. I'm going to say it's like you're rolling with triple advantage. It's 3d6. If you combine them somehow, if you do like a joint combo move, an X move, then we're going to add 4, and both people roll with 4. And if it's 3 people, 5. If it's all 4 of you, 6. It's a bit of a, we could theoretically be rolling 24 die, Got a meant to die to roll. Thank you so much for everyone who has donated. Remember, you can still donate $40 for a body swap, 30 to have anyone in the Marvel universe turn up, 25 to make another mutant turn up, and Apocalypse could be back for another 100. May be helpful because there's a joint enemy here, the Sentinels. You blast towards the school. As you're flying through the air, in front of you, you see darkness, black, buzzing, a horde of Sentinels. There's 100 of them heading in the direction of the school. The X-Dead is a little bit faster, but you do have an opportunity as you're flying through the sky to catch them on the back foot, surprised, and whittle down their numbers, should you so wish.
Yeah, I think Scott kind of goes, "Oh, get off me, Toad," and goes like the gunner sees it. I'm gonna. Scott like hangs off the side and goes, "I can shoot some of them out of the air." Do we like? Are we over? Like, what are they gonna drop on? Are we gonna hit civilians or what's happening here?
It's nothing but fields. All you're going to disrupt is the agricultural industry of America.
What have they ever done for me? And Scott just kind of goes, "It's now or never," and takes off his visor.
Shoot. Okay, give me a prepared mutant roll, unless you want to add anything you have to it.
No, I'll just go for the prepared. Just
Yeah.
full force whap him. That's 3. Okay, 3 and a 6. So I'm imagining the 3 is the one I'm taking.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
What's your number?
5.
Oh wow, mostly mutant. Nice. Yeah, you succeed.
He'd have more
Give me a-
humanity, but no one lets him leave the X-Men.
One of these days, you blast out, and you see in front of the X-Jet Toad, who's driving, just this wave of red optic energy, just pretty much decimate in the traditional sense of the world the group of Sentinels in front of you there. Give me a roll of a d6, and I'm going to multiply it by 4.
Cool. That's 3, so that's
3, 12. So, yeah, pretty much the money would decimate there. 10 out of the 100, or 12 out of the 100, gone. And you see some of them continue to fly on as others stop midair up front. They're no longer in arms straight flying mode, but now they're in arms straight standing mode. As they turn around and go, mutants detected. And 40 of the Sentinels, half of them, have stayed behind to begin to open fire on the X-Jet. You see some of the blasts hit against the force field, but the sheer volume of them is beginning to crack through. The shield mightn't hold. Yes.
Can I bamf out and try and just grab hold of any of the Sentinels and whack them into limbo?
Yeah.
Just in, out, in, out, in, out. Is that prepared or is that just?
I think it's prepared. I think you were ready for these Sentinels. So the first
Yeah.
batch of rolls here was all prepared.
That's a 1 and a 4. My number's a 3.
1. That's a super success as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, I like these dice.
Yeah,
These ones are behaving. They're my ace
pink
dice.
Pink dice.
They're not. They're my ace pride dice.
Oh, even better.
Nice. Give me a roll of a d6. I'll also multiply it by 4.
That's a 5.
5. Nice.
That's a 5.
The 5, 20. Sorry, I was doing math in my head there. You managed to go as another, kind of knocking this group down by half. As you bamf back in for the last time, you bamf into the wrong body. We've had another body swap. And another sentinel attack. So more sentinels from the main group that was heading towards the school start to come back towards the larger group here, knowing that their numbers are in danger. For the body swap, we've gone left, we've gone right. Let's go across. Let's X it. Pixie, you're now in the body of Toad. Toad, you're now in the body of Pixie. Cyclops and Iceman, you've swapped places. Iceman, now in the body of Cyclops. Yeah, it's just easier to be a leader in this body. There's something about it. I don't know what it is.
Cyclops just goes, I have so much anxiety now. What happened to me?
All
With
my
that,
anxiety is
Buttercup
gone.
on. Advantage for Cyclops, but I think that's now Iceman. So
Yes, that's me. I suppose after seeing what Cyclops did last time, I'm like, I'm going to try that again. But
nice.
as Cyclops.
Yeah, give me a mutant roll.
A 1.
A 1. Incredible. Roll me another d6.
A 2.
2. So 8. You're still getting control of. It's harder because the visor's off, so you're kind of doing that classic Cyclops. Whoa! So much concussive blasting. And we are $270 away from Emily getting a tattoo. So if that's not an
Ooh.
incentive to continue
Just
donating, I
throw
don't
some
know.
money at us. We'll do Apocalypse
What
twice. It's
is?
fine.
Yeah. You managed to get 8 of these out, but also through the sky, a couple of protected species of bird. Ugh, such a man. That's your turn, bringing us on to, I think, Toad, but now Pixie is probably the last to go up in this little round.
Yes. What's the range on Pixie's teleportation? Is it like indefinite, like
I
anywhere?
think it's indefinite. I think so long as she can kind of bamf, I think see it maybe.
I'm
Okay.
gonna
I
say
don't
anywhere.
know.
Yeah, it's probably
So
see it,
Oh,
Yeah,
you have to
'cause-
see it. You can't just like.
but I'm happy for it to be anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think she just bams out of this realm into another one.
Okay.
So I guess anywhere.
Can I bamf out the Dysons?
Oh yeah.
Because they're still in the jet, aren't they?
Yeah, they probably didn't take a trip to New York City.
New
Sitting
York
there,
City.
Mr. Dyson's knitting. Mrs. Dyson's using her telekinetic powers to destroy some sentinels.
Yeah, maybe I'll leave her. I'll leave Mrs. Dyson.
Or keep the jet afloat. Maybe she's blocking some of the blasts. Yeah.
Yeah, I might bamf out Mr. Dyson and Will Ryder Dyson,
Yes.
and bring them to the school's probably not the smart place. Bring them home? No,
Bring
the
them home?
school.
The school?
Let's bring them home because all the dangers happening in the school.
Yeah.
Toad's learning. He's growing as a person.
Give me a mutant roll.
Mutant roll. Okay. That's a 1.
1. Nice.
Yes.
You bamf into the home of the Dysons in the suburb of, on the outskirts of Albany. You drop them off. Bamfing back.
Might have a cup of tea.
Pop the kettle on.
No, I'll bamf back. I'll bamf back.
He's such a good leader.
Nice. The sentinels that have come back, there's about 30 of them in front of you, leaving only about 30 on the way to the school, which is still a significant amount for untrained students and whoever else happened to be left behind that day. Beast is there, actually. So
Jubilee's there.
Jubilee's there. Yeah, Jubilee's there. So that
Rogue,
probably cancels out
maybe?
Beast.
Well, Jubilee was a bit mad at us for leaving her behind in the danger room, so
Yeah.
maybe she
Yes.
won't be.
Depending where we are in the timeline, Pyro may or may not be there. some of the crossovers. But these sentinels now are all firing at the X-Jet. Can everyone, maybe not everyone, Magpie, will you roll me a d6? This is for Mrs. Dyson to see how well they're holding up the shields.
That's
3.
a 3. And my number's a 3.
Yeah, but hers is probably closer to a. It's probably lower. It's probably 2 because she's more human than mutant. So yeah, it's a pass. She's holding up the X-Jet with her mind, bringing us back to the top of the round.
It's Iceman, Cyclops, Iceman.
Yes. Yes, correct.
I wanna try do something a little wacky. So they're shooting beams at us. I want to know if I could make like basically a slide to take the beams and redirect it elsewhere.
Love it.
Towards the group of 30 sentinels who are going away.
Nice. Yeah, give me a mutant roll.
Cool. Well, that's a 5.
5. So
My number is 5.
Your number's 5?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Well, then it's mutant humanity.
Whee!
You get to ask me a question.
So which character would you not want to do a Canadian accent for?
Oh, good point. That slipped. Which character would I not want to do a Canadian accent for? Any of them. But I suppose if I was to pick, maybe the master of magnetism, our good friend and yours, Magneto.
I'm gonna stop humanity, eh?
Mutants are the dominant race here, eh?
All right, so I just want to try redirect those blasts with some like an ice tube.
Yes, you create an ice tunnel, and then fire them out. Pew 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 pew. Towards the sentinels that are flying towards the school. With mutant humanity, which is an ultra success, you see a few of them in the distance getting hit and beginning to fall down to the ground below, seemingly frazzled by these blasts. If I was an engineer, I'd program them or like design them to have stuff that couldn't be used against them. But I'm not the engineer. I'm not Master Mo.
They don't do machines.
They don't do machines. So yeah, you managed to take out another kind of 5 sentinels with these blasts. Some of them go wild. But good move. Nice. You guys are rocking it. Brings us on to, I think, Cyclops slash Iceman. Darren.
Okay. Yes. Me. I look at Miss Jean Dyson Gray over there. I'm like, great job at deflecting all those for keeping us afloat in those.
I'm married, eh? So, easy there, bud.
Okay, yeah. Wasn't what I was going in for, but okay.
Yeah, sure.
Iceman's gay.
But I'm Cyclops.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm wearing spandex. Yeah, so I go, okay, so we can do this. We can do this, X-Men. We can really we can get this before they get to the school. Taking aim at I can put the visor back on because I can see better then, so I can actually see where they are. And I take another aim at the closest sentinels.
Yeah, nice. Give me a mutant roll. While you're rolling, something that just occurred to me. You know the little string you can put attached to your glasses and they hang down? Why does Cyclops not have that for his visor? Too cool for a string around his visor? Come on.
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Ooh. You are trying to gain control of your optic blast, and between the wind, the ship, and everything, you manage to take out the navigational controls within the X-Jet. It's now rumbling in the air and beginning to plummet down. You see Mrs. Dyson trying her best to hold the ship there. Her nose doesn't begin to bleed. It's a Saturday morning cartoon. But if it wasn't, that nose would bleed.
Yeah, just
she's like, I don't know how long I can hold this bird up in the air, but I'll try to get us a safe landing. As you are taking down the X-Jet from the inside. Cyclops, how could you? Brings us on to Toad Pixie. So, Michael.
Cool. She does machines now. So she's kind of gonna hippity hop her way to the nav system and just sort of stare at it for a minute and hope that it makes sense. She's done a few Rubik's Cubes in her time. And she's hoping that somehow she can kind of tap into the Toad memory and maybe try and repair it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Give me a mutant roll.
That's a 3.
3, nice, and that's under your number.
It is my number.
Oh, it is your number. Oh,
it is my number.
You get to ask me any question.
Any question. Is there any way that we can redirect these guys away from us or just send them elsewhere again?
You probably could. So you would be sacrificing stabilizing the ship, but through the ship's computer, because earlier on today it's almost like muscle memory as opposed to physical memory because you were still Pixie, but you saw Toad program in different GPSs
Mhm.
into the computer. So you can use the XJet to try hack into the Sentinel mainframe and redirect them instead somewhere else.
Cool.
Um, so if you wanted to do that with your success there, then that's absolutely possible.
Cool. So she's gonna sit kind of crisscross applesauce on the floor, and just kind of work over and try and just yate them somewhere into the
The
ocean,
sun.
or yeah, she's gonna send them somewhere really inconvenient, whether that is like the pools in Yellowstone or like somewhere she can think of where she can melt these guys or just wreck them. Because I feel like robots plus water isn't a good idea. So whether
Yeah,
it's the
true.
ocean, whether it's the pools at Yellowstone, whether it is swimming baths, she's going for maybe not swimming baths. Yeah, so she's
Yeah.
back on Google Maps again, looking for bodies of water and kind of like backwards and forwards.
Nice. Um, as the XJet is crumbling towards the ground and the earth, as you're getting closer and closer, you're trying to hack into the Sentinel mainframe and neural network between them, trying to redirect them anywhere that would make sense and be safe. And as with some of the servers that tech companies dump in our ocean just to cool them down, but leave them there when they're done. True story. You, your closest ocean is probably the Atlantic, given that you're on the east coast of America. And you, program, sorry, yeah, I should be upholding my end of the bargain here. So you,
We're in South Canada, actually.
yeah, actually, one of the lakes, Lake Superior or Lake Ontario,
Ooh.
or maybe right outside the great city of Toronto, to that little lake there. Wow! Oh, congratulations, everyone! So far, this stream has raised $390, which has surpassed my
Wow.
expectations. That is wild. That is close to. It's way more than 10% of the goal, and almost close to a good 20 of the overall like aim. So fair play. That is amazing, amazing, amazing. And thank you so much to everyone who has donated, who's watched along. It's been a delight to run. We are bringing this adventure to a slow and splashy close. Is you program in ocean, 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 and with a mutant humanity, with a success that much, you're working at multiple speeds. You disperse them all because you know that they are connected by a short range network. So you send some to the Atlantic Ocean, you send some to the lakes in Yellowstone, some over to Lake Superior, some all the way to the Pacific. Pacific. That's hard to say in this segment. Some into the oceans on Mars. There's water there, right? Get some into the opening maw of a hungry Galactus, slowly making his way towards Earth for a different adventure. And some you send to the water park nearby just for a fun day out with the unbeatable Squirrel Girl. As little by little, the threat of Sentinels has been dispersed. With such a success, actually, you start to see in the distance, in the far, far, far distance, you hear a annoyed and frustrated scream. No, my sentinels, where are you going? As sitting in a big chair. If you thought sentinels were big, this guy's bigger. He's like a sentinel, but big. Out of his mouth, as it opens and he's talking, sentinels are flying, fleeing to the ocean. And all sentinels with such a good role, seemingly now, are being sent away to the ocean to fry and frizz and to their watery graves. Um, that's good news. The bad news is your plane's crashing. X-Men, what you do? Sorry, yes, it should be Pixie Toad.
Oh, I was just gonna teleport everybody out of here.
Nice. Give me a mutant roll.
Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here, guys. That's a 4.
And your mutant number is ooh, failure.
Uh-oh.
Cool.
No one likes to see it, especially me. You are trying to, but because you are not, you are Toad and not Pixie, but in Pixie's body, the bamfing, it's like if there was a limited pool of mutant power, which for some reason they kind of get tired after they use them too much. I don't know. This makes sense to me. But because of your long trip to just on the outskirts of Albany, this short range thing is harder to do. You could probably get one person out. Sorry, you could probably get one person out.
I'm going to bamf out Cyclops, who is in Iceman's body.
Yes.
And because I think they probably have the greatest chance of catching the plane with ice. So I'll do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you bloop, bloop, down onto the ground. You are in a wide open field with some littered remains of sentinels around you. Brings us to the top of the round, which I think is Iceman, or Cyclops and Iceman's buddy.
I think I'm going to do a similar thing to what I just did, and create an ice slide to kind of start bringing the momentum of the plane slower.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, ice is slippery, so I'm trying to also not make it go vroom. So I'm trying to build a platform where it'll plateau and come to a stop.
Yeah, nice. Give me a mutant roll.
A mutant. 3.
3, and your number is
5.
That's under it. Success. You begin to pull the powers of ice around, and even chilling the air to slow down planes. Cold air, harder to fly through. Who knows? Not me. And create a little ramp for this X-Jet to slide down into. As you do, it begins to hurtle towards you, flames and all. Is there anything inside anyone would like to do, even though you have now a landing ramp to help soften the landing?
Strap in.
Nice. Good thinking.
From where I'm sat on the floor, can I try and just loop kind of Toad's tongue around just anything? Kind of use it as like an anchor.
Yeah. Give me a mutant roll.
Oh no. That's a 1.
Nice.
I like this dice. Die. Thing. Cube.
You see parts of the X-Jet beginning to fall off, like little pieces, and as they do, you grab them and pull them back in, and then pull them back in, and you see Mrs. Dyson with her telekinetic powers using what remains of her strength to hold the jet in place. It's all well and good for a plane to crash. If there's no plane left to crash, that slide wouldn't have worked. So yes, with your mutant tongue sticking things, and you spit, and you create this kind of adhesive glue that connects the plane together as it lands almost in one piece, pretty much in one, pretty good in one piece. Beast is going to be happy because it's a fun little model to rebuild. Not too far away from Charles Xavier's school for gifted youngsters. Although not the smoothest of missions, still a very successful one, not only stopping the assault on the school from the Sentinels, but also seemingly disrupting the entire Sentinel program, all while your good friend and mine, Charles Xavier, debates Bolivar Trask in Radio City, New York. With that fiery and explosive conclusion, because we're pretty much at time. We've got 15 minutes left, but there's probably a little 15 minutes of like post-show housekeeping and all that kind of stuff as well. Is there anything as we land and end this episode of X-Men, that anyone would like to do or say or kind of bring us out? What's it like as you all stand outside the X-Jet?
I would like to go up to Miss Dyson and shake her hand and welcome her to the X-Men.
Oh, thanks very much. I genuinely be super happy to join the team. It's funny. It's something myself and my son share. Just a love of what you guys do and all the good you put out in the world. So fair play to you guys.
Scott kind of goes, guys, I guess I'm sticking around. Mostly because I need my body back.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for the leader position just yet. Thanks for the offer. But no, I'm good where I am. Coming and going as I please.
Scott looking at his body saying that kind of goes, is that how everyone sees me? I don't like that at all.
You need something intimidating, like your Canadian friend. Big, strong accent.
My Canadian friend, Charles Xavier.
No, I think he's British. I
British
guess.
Canadian.
Yeah, he's from Vancouver.
British Columbia.
The Pixie. Everyone does as you land. You notice that the correction of landing has just bounced you back into your bodies. It's a temporal thing. You're now all in the right place in the right time. Any closing remarks?
She's just gonna like flop on the floor and just, I'm too old for this. At like the ripe age of like 19.
Nice. Well, that brings our thrilling episode of To Me, My X-Men to a close. I want to thank all my players so much. That was a blast and made all the more fun by all your creativity, imagination, and playmanship. As we pull back from this small field with the flaming X-Jet, as we pull away and into the clouds, we pull all the way to the moon, where we see a pretty high apocalypse go, ooh, sure looks pretty up here. You know what? Maybe they're not all so bad down there. Don't know what it is about that toad's belly, but I sure feel empathetic to everyone on that little blue dot. I guess I'll never do anything bad ever again. And as we pull back further, a silver surfer flies through the sky, leaving a nice little rain sprinkling of stars and sparkles. And we end the game there. Thank you all so much for watching, for donating especially. That has been incredible. The amount of money we raised in this stream alone is frankly breathtaking and astonishing. Personally, for me, I really think you guys are so awe-inspiring, and it's great to see. So thank you so much. A quick little round table of who we are and where you can find us if you enjoyed this sort of chaos. My name is Ben. I was the game master of this game. You can find me on Romancing the Dungeon, one of the D8 shows, alongside my good friend Sam over here. I play Ajalius Steele, and there should be a new season coming soonish. So you'll get to pick up on all our adventures there. I occasionally, and have in the past, run a show called Homebrew Quest, where it's sort of a tipsy tabletop show. That will be back at some point as well. For the time being, though, that's been me. You'll see me on some of the other streams throughout this event as well. So I'll see you there if you stick around and chat. Moving around the overlay, Dara, do you want to say goodbye and let people know who and where to find you?
Hi, hello. I won't keep you long, just because I think you're all busy. You got other stuff to do. Go donate some money. It's all important stuff. But you can find me mostly on Instagram at CA Red Blair, or on SoundCloud, where I promise I don't make music. I would be very bad at it, but instead I make documentaries and things of the sort. I also have a radio drama coming out soon, whenever I get around to releasing it. So keep an eye on those. So on Instagram it's CA Red Blair, and on my SoundCloud it's something else that I can't remember. So just look up Dara Hogan and hope for the best.
Nice.
Yeah, I just checked it. Yeah, that's the one. It's just my name.
Sweet. Sam.
Oh, yes. So you can find me on Romancing the Dungeon, playing Nate Ivan. And then aside from that, you can find me on Instagram, The Salty Salmon. And that's me.
Yes. Onwards to Magpie.
Howdy, I'm Magpie. You can find me on most places, and by most places I mean X/Twitter, at Antique Horror. I do comic books, I do TTRPG content. I try my best, which is most important. You can find me normally on a Thursdays at the Misadventurers League. That's about it.
Sweet. And then last but not least, Aaron.
Yep, yeah. My name's Aaron. You can find me on most of my socials at AronB90. No upcoming Tier T or GBGs plays at the moment, so maybe soon, but we'll see.
Great. There is another game starting shortly here on this channel that will kick off at noon, 12 o'clock Irish time. I think we're currently in GMT +1. It changes throughout the year because of time zones, but it is in 20 minutes. So if you're watching live in 20 minutes time, you'll have Anya in the DM chair running totally, I'm guessing, a sort of different game. It's Candela Obscura, so a bit more horror and intrigue and mystery and thriller. So please do pop back here in 20 minutes to watch along. That's us here from our little Saturday morning slot. Finally, thank you again so much for watching. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for donating. And I'll see you both in chat and on stream throughout the weekend. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.